Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for Valentine's Day, Friday the 14th of February 2020. I did a little fun Valentine's Day dress up, did a lot of fun little makeup, did some hearts there. Wearing a lot of pink, which is not usual for me, but I thought let's get fun with it for you guys. I also thought, why not start off with a nice love poem from my favorite guy, William Butler Yeats. So we're going to start off with one of my favorites, and I've probably mentioned it in a couple of the monthlies and even the dailies, but whatever. We're going to enjoy it here. And if you haven't, do make sure to subscribe, guys, and I thank you all for all of your support. So, Solomon to Sheba. Sang Solomon to Sheba and kissed her dusky face. All day long from midday we have talked in the one place. All day long from shadowless noon we have gone round and round in the narrow theme of love, like an old horse in a pound. To Solomon sang Sheba, planted on his knees, if you had broached a matter that might the learned please, you had before the sun had thrown our shadows on the ground, discovered that my thoughts, not it, are but a narrow pound. Sang Solomon to Sheba and kissed her Arab eyes, there's not a man or woman born under the skies, dare matching in learning with us two, and all day long we have found, there's not a thing but love can make the world a narrow pound. So just a nice little poem to start this off there, one of my favorites. Let's get into your read now. I kind of want to start off actually with the Muka deck. We're going to go with some more romantic themed decks today. And if you haven't, again, do check out your monthlies. Your love monthlies are all up. And the new pick a card for what is our connection. I have the timestamps in the comments. You can check that out and see what love messages for your connection are there for you. All right, so let's see about today. And of course, relaxing by yourself, eating some chocolates, watching a movie in your pajamas, all valid practices for Valentine's Day. We don't have to go out and get fancy. Ooh. See what's coming out today. One more. This is an interesting one. I can't help but feel there's some tension here, for sure. It feels we have some tension with somebody, possibly a fire sign. There's a couple of fire sign energies here, but let's not get too stuck on the signs. Seven of Pentacles asks if this has been worth it. And there's a lot of, I don't know, and I feel like this might be, like kind of spilling over from some of the past days where there's a lot of this kind of feeling, fears, worries, anxieties, the worst things that could happen, the stress. We're feeling the emotional and mental effects of, I don't know, some type of anxiety and fear, or again, shame, guilt, something. For me, this feels more like fear when you get the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of worrying and anxiety, staying up at night, maybe even losing some sleep. Have we had some sleepless nights about this? I would say probably. And with the King of Wands reversed and the Seven of Pentacles, we feel that whoever we're dealing with is kind of harsh, either in their judgment, in their actions, or they're very, I don't know how to explain it. It's very, let's get a card to help me through this, because this retrograde is just putting me at a loss for words lately. It's been, it's not even started yet. And I honestly kind of feel like once Mercury finally is actually retrograde in Pisces instead of in the pre-shadow, it might actually be better. But this pre-shadow is, it's killing me. So let's get a, what's this about here? All these weird feelings, energies. Oof, yep. And I'm not surprised to see this card here. We've seen it quite a few days now in a row, even since the weekend. Come on. One card. There we go. There's not a lot of solidity to this, and that might be that might, you know, again, have us wondering, is the effort work? All of, you know, again, because Pentacles show that we put some work into this. We put time, we put energy, we put something into it, and we're kind of waiting to see, is the crop really going to be worth it? Is this ever going to come to fruition? Unfortunately, when you kind of get that Ace of Pentacles reversed, I feel there isn't a lot that's being given back to you on this. Not materially, not in a way that you can count upon. It's all up in the air. When the Ace of Pentacles is reversed, it's not solid. It's not an offer that you can really trust. And maybe it's not an offer that's coming at all. And that might be why we're kind of still on this path forward of leaving something like this behind. Maybe it's time to step away. And the Six of Swords, this is the card that I was talking about that's been around quite a bit, and it has. It's been around since the weekend. It's been bopping around and showing us that we're on a path moving forward. We're moving into something, it's a lot calmer from where we've been, a lot less especially emotionally and mentally calmer. It kind of feels that we're moving away and out of this, and yet it's still kind of here. What's important to remember today is that you have a lot more control in this than maybe you even realize at this moment, because you're allowing all these negative things to kind of dictate how you feel. But if you put this into your own hands and say, you know, I can let this bother me, or I can let this change me. I can change something about this. I can do something to shift this situation and get out of where we are at, to get out of this Nine of Swords. I can start moving forward, because actually, now that I look around, I do have the experience, I do have the tools, I do have what I need to start moving forward. It just might, because it's not in a solid form right now and things are up in the air about this. Again, this could have to do with work. It could have to do with some bigger set plans in your life, like life plans. Could have to do with a relationship, because again, this is Valentine's Day, so there's relationship stuff here. Is this really worth it? Has this been worth it? And how much effort is going to make this worth it? How much more effort do I put in here? Or do I just move on to something more and trust that I can handle where I'm going, with or without this person, situation, security that I've been waiting for or waiting on here? Yeah, okay. There's a need to look at how this isn't just something that's going to fix itself, right itself, or play out in a way that makes sense like that. And I think that we're kind of coming more comfortably into that realization, because I think that's been something that we've kind of mentioned over the past few days. We're still moving on out. And I really like to see this here, especially underneath these two guys. Eight of Wands. We are moving forward. There is progression. We might not see it, but we are quickly moving towards something. And the releasing of all this tension of needing something here, of needing whatever he's got to say, whatever he's got to offer, whatever you think that you need in order to take that next step, in order to do the next thing, in order to move on to the next big move, whatever your momentum is here. I mean, I think that we've all got a goal that we're trying to move towards, but we've hit some blockages. We've hit places where we're not receiving much, and we're not kind of starting to wonder, you know, what do I wait for, and what do I keep on moving away from? You know, what do I keep moving on by myself? I can't English anymore, gosh. This is difficult. Oh, I cannot wait till this ends. Queen of Cups and Page of Wands, though, above this, bring a really nice sense of emotional security in yourself. You know, I'm going to take this where I will. Maybe we have messages coming in today, honestly, especially with the Page of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Maybe he actually has a message today. Some of you might be receiving some messages today, tomorrow, about moving forward, about momentum towards whatever this goal is, something that kind of gets you going, something that you don't really expect. But there's this need to have, I don't know, more, rely on your intuition on this. This is going to play out how you probably think it will when I get her. We have a certain feeling, a certain guidance from our heart, from our mind, from our, not from our mind, from our feelings, from our heart, from our emotional self that is trying to guide us through this. She's looking into her cup and she really knows the answers. And I kind of get that same sense sometimes when I get the Hierophant. There's a deeper knowledge, understanding, and, you know, I know this is going to take a while because I've kind of maybe even been through this before. I've been through a similar situation. I know this. I have learned this before. This is a learned sense of being. The Hierophant has the knowledge, but he's also, in a very practical sense, he's gotten educated. He's in a very traditional sense, instead of, you know, the High Priestess, which is all the mysteries and higher self kind of energies. The Hierophant is grounded in reality. I know that this will come, you know, I know I have the key, and the key is there, and I know it's going to come in, but it also requires that patience, the long-term game that the Hierophant brings up, the long-term, you know, security that we learn through either, again, maybe taking classes, learning something. I really cannot wait until this pre-shadow ends. I feel like I am talking like I am the most uneducated person that has ever probably come here on YouTube. And I know I'm not, but I cannot speak. That fair exchange will come, and it's there. It might just require a little bit more patience in this solidifying itself, on things progressing. You have to feel your way through this connection, and maybe things aren't as solid as you'd like them to be, but you're certainly moving on towards this. We're certainly moving towards a fair exchange, an equal offer, whether it's love, whether it's career. It's all working itself out, but you kind of have to trust, and also trust in your intuition to say what you need to say at the right time, to follow, again, these types of feelings when it feels right. Like, I feel like some of you might be getting like random pushes, like, I should message this, I should say this now, or, you know, this is how I should say this, this is how I should do this is a new answer to this. And I think you should follow those as long as they resonate and feel right within your emotional self, within your intuition. Interesting. It's definitely the communication that's off that is kind of throwing this whole thing into confusion. So let's see what this is about. Some of you, it might be the moving on from an ex to trusting that there's somebody better out there. Is kind of what I'm getting. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So those things could be very much present, and also creating a lot of anxiety, stress, and having you worrying, you know, whether this is going to be okay, and you know, having the money kind of be a major factor in one way or another. Your career, your job, your life path with that, your money, your stability, your security. It's playing a major role in the love life right now. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. What will you do? What will you say? Where will you take this? You are in a lot more control than maybe you realize, but this is the real energy of the day. This is your energy today. What will you do? You have control. So free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Let's pull one more Doreen Virtue, and I think we're only going to use hers for today because it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Oh, and this card has been popping up here and there, and it definitely came up in that pick a card. So for me, if this is resonating as a love situation, definitely go check out the pick a card. It's reminding me of one of the choices. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. For those of you questioning something, questioning a connection, yes, your soulmates, and yes, there's more to this than meets the eye, and there's more that's going to happen. It might not just be right now. Let this play out, and things are going to progress quickly. I feel like once you kind of not only take control of yourself in this situation, but kind of release the need to control exactly how it's going to turn out. Do what you feel is right without thinking 100%, is this going to lead to this, this, and this? Let it go. Okay? Anyways, Hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy Valentine's Day. Do check out your love readings for the month. Check out the pick a card. Leave me a comment below, guys. I always like seeing where you're all from, so always leave me comments like that. I think it's always interesting that people connect from all over the world here. It's so much fun. So I love you guys so much. Thank you again for all of your support, and happy Valentine's Day. Namaste.